Ever since I started dating Jesse, everybody's like, "Oh, so you like your type is white girls?" Like, yeah, I tried to talk.
That is your type,
no,
though.
it's
Don't.
not.
Why are you fronting right now? That's your type. Just
You're
admit,
nuts.
own
Yo,
up to it.
Put it this way.
Own it.
I'm not
own
owning
it.
it. I'm not
own
owning
it.
it. I'm not
own
owning
it.
it. Because I went to go holler at this woman.
To own something is very similar to the expression to own up to something. To own up to something means to admit doing something that you did that was wrong. Stop lying, confess, say you did it. To own something is similar, and what it means is that someone is supposed to take responsibility for whatever damage they may have caused by some situation. So, for example, maybe they have to apologize to people, or they have to pay for something, or maybe they just have to admit that they were a real horrible person. During the early years of the Obama administration, there were some pretty high deficits. So Obama wanted to make sure that George Bush owned those deficits, even though they were in Obama's administration and not George Bush's. I took out a rental. I rented a van, and unfortunately, I ran into something and damaged the van. So I didn't want to own up to it and pay for the damage. So I took the van to a body shop and then had them fix the van for me. And then I didn't have to pay the fine when I returned the van. During the Second World War, the U.S. government, it put a lot of Japanese Americans in internment camps for the duration of the war. And recently the government has owned up to the unfairness of that, how they shouldn't have done it.
Why don't you come to my neck of the woods so I can break your neck in the woods? Yeah. Yeah.
Nigga, well let me take you to the neck of the woods of my hood. Show you what we living like.
Neck of the woods refers to a location, oftentimes a location that may be a little difficult to get to for some reason. The idea of a neck refers to a narrow path which would often be on water between a lake or the seashore, so that would be referred to as a neck. It could also be between some other set of objects where it's difficult to pass through except by the one or two available pathways. So it could be through a woods or through a valley or whatever it may be. So the idea of neck of the woods just refers to a specific locality with the idea that there may only be one way to get there. Yeah, so even though originally the expression may sound kind of hillbilly, in the modern world it's used more figuratively just to refer to the fact that people live in their own locality, wherever it might be. And that's an example of poetic usage, where somebody could say, in your neck of the woods, you can buy it at your local Walgreens. So whenever anybody says in my neck of the woods, they just mean in their local area. There's a snowstorm coming up soon, but in my neck of the woods, they usually plow the roads fairly soon, so I don't worry about it too much. They've been putting out tornado warnings lately, but in my neck of the woods, we don't really get any tornadoes at all, so I'm not too worried about it.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.